Before the maps of Europe dared to carve Africa, there paused the heart of unparalleled power, a kingdom that defied the very notion of conquest. This was the Kingdom of Benin, a civilization where artistry flowed like molten gold, and warriors swore oaths before ancient gods. Prepare to journey into a saga of defiance, sacrifice, and the unyielding spirit of a people who chose freedom over chains. Imagine a city, vibrant and formidable, its walls crimson with the art, its palaces adorned with masterpieces of bronze and ivory. This was Igodemigodo, the heart of Benin, a metropolis so grand, so rich in culture and might, that its very name echoed with reverence and awe. Its people, the Edo, called it the city of blood and bronze, a testament to both their martial prowess and their breathtaking artistic genius. At its zenith, Benin was a beacon of African ingenuity, a sophisticated empire whose influence stretched far beyond its borders. Its intricate political structure, led by the divine Oba, ensured stability and prosperity, fostering an environment where art, trade, and spiritual life flourished. The Oba, believed to be a direct descendant of the gods, was not merely a ruler but the living embodiment of his people's destiny. In the shadow of these magnificent walls, a legend was forged. Edozien, a name that would one day thunder across the land, began his life in the most humble of circumstances. Born into captivity, his mother, a captive from a rival tribe, instilled in him a fierce spirit of resilience, a quiet defiance that simmered beneath his youthful exterior. He was a child of the earth, rooted in hardship, yet destined for greatness. From his earliest days, Edozien was different. His strength was not just physical, it was a force of will, an unyielding resolve that even the palace guards, accustomed to breaking spirits, could not shatter. When they sought to bend him, he broke their spears instead, a raw, untamed power that hinted at the lion within. His eyes held the wisdom of ages, his heart beat with the rhythm of a warrior. His ascent was meteoric, fueled by sheer talent and an indomitable spirit. By 16, he was no longer a captive but a soldier, his skill with a spear unmatched, his courage legendary. By 20, he commanded legions, his tactical brilliance earning him the respect of seasoned veterans. And by 25, Edozien stood as the right hand of the Oba himself, a trusted advisor, a formidable general, and the unwavering shield of Benin. For centuries, Benin thrived, a jewel of West Africa, its markets bustling with trade, its artisans crafting masterpieces that captivated the world. The famed Benin bronzes, intricate plaques and sculptures, told stories of kings, warriors, and gods, preserving history in enduring metal. These were not mere decorations, they were the soul of the kingdom, sacred vessels of memory and power. But as the 19th century waned, a shadow began to creep across the horizon. The European powers, driven by insatiable greed and the relentless demands of the Industrial Revolution, cast their covetous gaze upon Africa. They sought not just trade, but dominion, not just resources, but control. The scramble for Africa had begun, and Benin, with its vast wealth and strategic location, became a prime target. The British, with their burgeoning empire, saw Benin as an obstacle to their expansion, a rich prize ripe for the taking. They coveted its palm oil, its rubber, its precious ivory, and above all, the legendary bronzes, which they dismissed as mere primitive art while secretly marveling at their craftsmanship. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a confrontation between an ancient kingdom and a modern empire. The British envoys arrived, their smiles stained, their intentions veiled. They came bearing gifts, but beneath the veneer of diplomacy lay the glint of hidden rifles, the unspoken threat of conquest. They demanded trade concessions, tribute, and the surrender of Benin's sovereignty, cloaked in the language of civilization and progress. But Oba Ovanramwan, a ruler of profound wisdom and unwavering resolve, saw through their deception. He understood that to yield even an inch was to surrender everything. The sacred bronzes, the very symbols of his people's identity and spiritual heritage, were non-negotiable. These are not mere trinkets, he declared, they are the stories of our ancestors, the heart of our kingdom. The Oba refused to bow, his defiance a thunderclap against the encroaching storm. His refusal ignited the fuse. A British captain named James Phillips, arrogant and dismissive of African sovereignty, defied the Oba's warning against marching on Benin during a sacred festival. He led his expedition, a column of armed men, directly into the heart of the kingdom, believing Benin would crumble before European might. It was a fatal miscalculation, a profound underestimation of the Edo spirit. Edozien, ever vigilant, was the first to spot the approaching column. From atop the crimson walls, his voice, a lion's roar, echoed across the land. Foreigners bring no peace, he thundered, only fire. They come not to trade, but to conquer. His words galvanized the city, transforming apprehension into a burning resolve. The Edo warriors, swift and silent, prepared for battle. That day, the jungle itself seemed to awaken, transforming into a labyrinth of death for the invaders. The Benin warriors, painted in ash and ochre, their bodies gleaming with sweat, rose from the dense foliage like vengeful spirits. They struck with spears honed by generations, with muskets acquired through trade, vanishing into smoke and leaves as quickly as they appeared. It was a symphony of indigenous warfare, a testament to their mastery of their terrain. The British, caught in a deadly ambush, were overwhelmed. Their modern rifles proved useless against an enemy that moved like ghosts, striking from every shadow. When the dust settled, the jungle fell silent once more. Not a single invader lived to tell the tale of their folly. Benin had delivered a resounding message: its sovereignty was not for sale, its spirit was unconquerable. News of the massacre reached London, igniting a firestorm of outrage. The British press, fueled by imperialistic fervor, screamed for vengeance. This was not just a defeat, it was an affront to the very notion of European supremacy. The punitive expedition was swiftly organized, a massive military force assembled to crush Benin and seize its treasures. 1,000 men, armed with the latest instruments of destruction, cannon that could level walls, Maxim guns that spat death like a dragon's breath, and the chilling promise of fire, set sail for the shores of Benin. This was not merely a military campaign, it was a declaration of total war, a brutal display of imperial might designed to break the spirit of an entire nation. The world watched, holding its breath, as the might of the British Empire turned its gaze upon the defiant kingdom. Edozien, ever the pragmatist, pleaded with the Oba to consider a strategic retreat. "My king," he urged, "let us withdraw into the deep forest, regroup, and strike again when the time is right. We cannot face their cannons with spears alone." He envisioned a guerrilla war, a protracted struggle that would bleed the invaders dry. But the Oba, his heart heavy with the weight of his ancestors, refused. "This is our home," the Oba declared, his voice resonating with ancient pride. "If Benin burns, we burn with it. Our ancestors watch, we will not abandon them." His words were a testament to the Edo people's profound connection to their land, their heritage, and their spiritual identity. To flee was to surrender their very soul. When the British marched again, the earth itself seemed to tremble beneath the weight of their advance. The air thrummed with the ominous beat of war drums, the distant roar of cannons, and the chilling rattle of Maxim guns. Edozien, a figure of unwavering courage, led the city's defense, his presence a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. For days, his warriors fought with the fury of gods, raining arrows and fire from the city walls, their defiance echoing across the battlefield. But courage, however fierce, could not withstand the overwhelming might of modern weaponry. Steel and bullets crushed bronze and bone. The British, relentless and merciless, breached the walls. Flames devoured the ancient temples, their sacred timbers collapsing into fiery ruins. The priceless bronzes, the very soul of Benin, melted into rivers of gold, their stories lost to the inferno. And the Oba, the divine ruler, was captured, dragged in chains before the empire he had so bravely defied. Yet, even amidst the ashes of a fallen kingdom, the spirit of Benin refused to die. Edozien, a ghost among the ruins, gathered the few survivors, their hearts heavy with loss but their spirits unbowed. He vanished into the dense, unforgiving jungle, a realm where he was truly king. There, the legend says, he became something more than a man, he became the phantom of the Red Forest. From the shadows, he struck, a lion unleashed, raiding British supply lines, freeing captive Edo people, and haunting the colonial camps. His name became a whisper of fear among the invaders, a beacon of hope for his people. No one ever caught him. His legend grew with every daring raid, every act of defiance. Some say he died fighting in the swamps, his body never found, his spirit merging with the land he loved. Others claim he sailed west, joining other warriors in the Ashanti lands, continuing the fight for African freedom. But every generation, when thunder rolls across Benin skies, when the wind whispers through the ancient trees, elders tell the children, that is Edozien's roar, reminding the world that Benin never truly fell. For though the kingdom was conquered, its spirit survived in the enduring legacy of its art, in the blood of its descendants, and in every African who dares to stand proud, to reclaim their history, and to defy oppression. Because empires rise and fall, their monuments crumble to dust, and their names fade into forgotten annals. But legends live forever. The story of Benin, of Oba Ovenramwen, and of Edozien, the Lion of Benin, is not just a tale of conquest, it is a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a powerful reminder that true defeat lies not in being overthrown, but in surrendering one's soul. This is the legacy of Benin, a kingdom that, even in its darkest hour, chose defiance over submission, honor over humiliation. It is a story that resonates with every heart that yearns for freedom, with every voice that speaks truth to power. It is a beacon of inspiration for all who believe in the enduring strength of culture, identity, and the unyielding will to be free. If you were moved by this epic saga of Africa's forgotten warriors, if your spirit was stirred by the courage of Benin, then join us. Subscribe to our channel for more untold tales of kings, rebels, and heroes who refused to bow. Share this story with your friends and family, ignite the flames of history in their hearts. Let us ensure that the roar of Edozien, the spirit of Benin, echoes through generations, reminding us all that history is not just written in books, it lives in our blood.